All right, let's just dive right in. What we're seeing right now in artificial intelligence, it's not some slow and steady evolution. Nope, it's a frantic, all-out gold rush. And it looks like the year 2026 is going to be the absolute epicenter of it all. So, let's dig in. I want to start with this number, $10 billion. Now, this isn't some company's valuation or a government budget. Think of it as the prize money. It's the figure that has every single major player in tech absolutely scrambling for a piece of the future. And it's driving one of the most intense races in history. And that number, well, that's the prize, isn't it? That $10 billion figure? That's OpenAI's internal revenue target for the end of 2026. A target that big is like a giant flare shot into the sky for the entire world to see. It signals that the game has completely changed. We're not talking about little research projects anymore. We are talking about building empires.
So you might be wondering, how in the world does OpenAI plan to hit a number like that? Well, they've got a full-blown battle plan. They're going hard on expanding what they call agentic subscriptions. You know, AI assistants that can actually do complex, multi-step jobs for businesses. They're also planning to monetize their Codex Command Center, which is a super powerful tool for developers. And the whole shebang? It's all about getting their books in perfect shape for potential IPO. This is a full-scale commercial assault.
But here's the thing. A financial gold rush like this is only possible because of a massive leap in the technology itself. You can't just wish a $10 billion business into existence, right? You need a genuine breakthrough. And that brings us to the core tech that's fanning these flames. And funny enough, it's coming from one of OpenAI's biggest rivals.
For the longest time, one of the biggest roadblocks for using AI in really serious scientific and engineering work has been this nagging problem called hallucination loops. It's basically when an AI, trying to solve a tough problem, gets stuck in this crazy feedback loop of its own mistakes, just confidently making stuff up. It's been a huge barrier to making AI reliable for high-stakes tasks.
And that is exactly where the breakthrough comes in. Google DeepMind just announced what they believe is the solution, specifically designed to kill these loops. They're calling it AutoLogic, and it's a whole new reasoning architecture that could make AI dramatically more trustworthy. This is a potential game changer. So how does it work? This is the cool part. Instead of just spitting out an answer, an AI with AutoLogic first has to generate a proof for its own solution. Then, and this is key, it checks the logic of its own proof. If it finds a mistake, it goes to step 3. It self-corrects and tries the whole thing again. It's basically like teaching the AI to show its work and double-check its own math, all in real time.
Now, a software breakthrough like that is amazing, but it's totally useless without raw power. In any gold rush, the people who really get rich are the ones selling the picks and shovels, right? Well, in the AI gold rush, the picks and shovels are the digital railroads, the massive physical infrastructure needed to run this stuff. NVIDIA's CEO, Jensen Huang, the guy at the center of all this, he put it perfectly. He said the new bottleneck for the top AI labs isn't ideas anymore, it's the physical challenge of building what he calls giga-scale computer clusters. We are talking about data centers on a scale we've never seen before, like the size of small cities.
And just to give you a sense of what gigascale means, get this, 2 million. That is the number of GPUs NVIDIA's new platform is designed to connect together into a single, cohesive supercomputer. That's not just a small step up, it's a whole new category of computing power. It's honestly kind of hard to wrap your head around.
And of course, building at this scale requires an astronomical amount of cash. $25 billion. That's not Oracle's market cap. That is how much they raised in a single day from a bond sale, just to build more AI data centers. It's one of the biggest bets you'll ever see, signaling that the demand for this infrastructure is about to go vertical.
So you've basically got these titans of infrastructure all playing a different part. NVIDIA is building the nervous system, the networking fabric to connect it all. Oracle is building the massive warehouses, the cloud data centers to house the computers. And then you have the wild card, Elon Musk merging SpaceX and xAI. The goal there seems to be leveraging aerospace tech, maybe even satellite networks, to create a totally new kind of global AI compute grid.
But like any gold rush, the frontier is a dangerous place. This mad dash for speed and riches, it almost always leads to cutting corners. And in the world of software, that can have absolutely catastrophic consequences. So what happens when you move this fast?
Well, don't take my word for it. Here is a stark warning from the security firm Wiz. They've found a new and frankly incredibly dangerous practice that's been born directly out of this high-speed race. And this isn't some theoretical risk. They found it out in the wild, already causing real damage.
The researchers even gave it a name, and it's perfect: vibe coding. It's what happens when a developer uses AI to generate code that just feels right. It works on the surface, but it's done without any deep architectural planning, or more importantly, a security review by a human expert. You're basically putting speed above everything else, especially safety.
And here's what that looks like in the real world: 150,000. Because of this vibe coding practice, a platform called Moltbook left over 150,000 of its autonomous AI agents completely exposed, leaking their credentials and private data for anyone to see. It's a massive security failure, and it's a direct result of this reckless rush to build.
So this all brings us to the very high-stakes future we're building right now. And it really is two sides of the exact same coin. On one side, you have this incredible, world-changing promise of new tech and huge economic booms. But on the other, you have these immense and often totally overlooked risks.
And that right there is the central tension of this whole 2026 AI gold rush. We are getting these mind-blowing breakthroughs, like AI that can actually check its own work. But the very speed that's giving us this amazing innovation is also creating these critical vulnerabilities. The promise and the peril, it seems, are directly linked.
Which leaves us with one final massive question. The AI gold rush is here. There's no denying it. And it is moving at light speed, faster than anyone could have predicted. But as we race to build this incredible new future, are we actually laying the foundation on solid ground? Or is the whole thing just a fragile house of cards, ready to collapse?